Brought to you by Sporty Live in Nigeria, Ghana, and South giveaways there. You can vote for the Sporty Here of the Match later. Also live on Star Times, DTT, Channel 258, DTH 190. Good ball down the middle.
Shit.
Cuts out onto Mendy there, and a little bit of support.
Delap almost got that ball.
Norway international now. He only played 2 years in them before he hung up his international boots.
Wow.
Almost fell to the lap. Well defended by Antonio Silva. Both he and Ola Mendy were outstanding in that match against Bayern Munich, their most recent game. Also went through with a goal. Player of the match, the €40 as well.
It's a beautiful start off by Chelsea. Very, very nice start off from them.
They're going to put plenty of pressure on, and in very many ways, not a true starting 11 for Chelsea last time out. Even though they had lost their middle group game to Flamengo, and that allowed the Brazilian Giants, the former South American champions, through to win the group. The reigning South American champions are out. Botafogo losing by a goal to nil to Palmeiras. A significant victory in Philadelphia, and whoever wins this will be facing them in Philly. Decent one played in front of goal. Big opening suddenly for Arsenal, who moved up the right back, but it's offside. Clever ball by Di Maria, spotting the run of Arsenal, but he had just gone half a yard. Offside at the other end. Neto testing the goalkeeper with the first shot of the match. It's only 40 seconds in, it was direct, it was true and Trubin. Good enthusiasm there already, and perfect glasses for this kind of day. There are 2 thunderstorms that are forecast. One is this evening. One might hit within 2 hours, but let's hope not. 5 matches already have been held up during this tournament so far. It's interesting as well, Will, ahead of the World Cup next summer, that we've had the issues with the thunderstorms in the various grounds around the country. And you would hope that it's not going to be an issue next summer for the World Cup, but it may well be. It's not going to be an issue tomorrow for a big live game. Paris Saint-Germain against Miami. The roof is going to be closed for that one. Thank heavens for that. It was very well won by Cole Palmer. Delap waiting in the centre. Cucurella. Good support and the overlap from Moise Caicedo went beyond him to Paris Chile. Short for Reece James. Nice little cut inside. Neto, who had that excellent opening effort. And we do have Ecuadorian flags out for Moses Caicedo on the far side. One of those who made the route from Brighton to Chelsea had been in Belgium with Benfica prior to that. Lots of Ecuadorians end up there direct from Independiente del Valle, and that was his club. Palmer took on Arsenal, found a way past them first time, not second time. Reached the Conference League final with Feyenoord 3 years ago. Benfica liked the look of it.
We need to do better.
Very reliable player, Arsenal, and very adaptable as well. Can play in defence or midfield. Neto making his break down the right, but it's a corner kick. Chelsea unsponsored for this tournament, by the way. They're already wearing next season's kit. That always tends to come in around May in England. First corner of the match.
First corner for us.
Few words from Slavko Vincic here.
I don't know the position where Palmer is playing, so it's not where he usually stays. At the right hand side, that's not where he is. I think normally when the match starts, he drives.
Clever. Just overhit slightly. It'll be taken up by Fabinho, so it's offside anyway.
He should cross that ball. He should have crossed that ball.
Andras Kovacic, the assistant on the far side.
It was not a passing ball at all.
Much to view already
I feel like he's Di Maria,
one of the
senior man.
first team coaches for Chelsea.
Senior man, Di Maria.
Kick off their new season against the FA Cup holders, Crystal Palace. Up until a couple of days ago, I had the same owner as Botafogo and John Textor, but he's stepped back from all of his clubs. Leon, by the way,
the best right back in the world,
being forced into relegation by the French authorities.
That man should just leave there. I was not expecting that Badiashile would start this match.
Belgium, he's trying to change their name,
but I never expected.
Which has faced a lot of fierce resistance there.
There are some changes that were.
Anyway,
I knew he would make his own changes. So my predicted lineup has Tosin.
Sure for Lavia.
He's not using Tosin at all. He's pairing cool. Supposed to be Cucurella where he's supposed to be. Other than that, nice one, Cucurella.
Is on the way.
Oh, shit.
Being dragged across to look for Palmer. Mopped up by Florentino.
It's not offside. If Neto can get the ball, it's not offside.
The Euro under 21 runner-up,
but
won the two lower grades with Portugal.
Ooh.
Just overhit slightly in the end.
Not again. That was trouble. Nice one.
He's not well. He's kept it in. Overhit cross by Neto. Palmer. Forced Truman into the stop. Good stretch.
I think they are playing decently.
The pressure from Chelsea as well.
Enzo
Fernandez with the original cross, playing a course against the former club side for him. He moved from Benfica to Chelsea in 2023.
So we are playing now. Tosin did not
start. £100 million.
That's
World
against
Cup
the prediction.
Argentina, of course.
And who is? Who is starts the match?
Not the best of it, I think it's fair to say. First 9.5 minutes, but long way to go.
Caicedo didn't start this match. He's playing.
Chelsea's
he's using both Caicedo and Lavia. Yeah, I also predicted the ball should flow more. One of them dropped to the bench. Caicedo and Lavia. One of them dropped to the bench. So I picked Caicedo over Lavia. So now he has just gonna have to choose the two of them. Gonna have to choose the two of them.
Liam Delap at 30 million. Looks like a bargain, eh? No doubt about that.
I knew Badiashile has been decent.
Very, very good season for Ipswich Town. And the fact that he's English and he's moved between two English clubs,
will also be reliable.
I suppose Ipswich's hand forced a little bit, but all the same, it's a nice bargain by Chelsea standards anyway.
No.
Really well played here by Pavlidis on the way. He couldn't find a way back.
Almost buried those days.
Important stuff by Badiashile. Given away again though in the centre of the
park.
park.
Give these people this chance.
Roll forward, Samuel Dahl getting it out.
Who's my defender here?
Who got the winner last time against Bayern. Recycled well again by Dahl.
Badiashile should not play like that at all.
Benfica suddenly pressing Chelsea's boxes. Taking them about 10 minutes to make it work.
Look at the position
of really good chance for Pavlidis. He was disappointed that he didn't at least get a shot away. Very good block.
He gave the ball away. It was just lucky. I don't know the defender.
The 24-year-old from France.
Who intercepts that ball?
Does fall into the half chance category for Benfica though.
Nice one, they love. Nice hold up play. That was cool.
Yeah, Jamie Gittins on his way to Chelsea from Bayern Munich for £55 million. That's around 70 million euros. Being reported tonight.
Giving away. Nice one, Palmer.
It's not the only man they signed in the last couple of days. It's a good break by Cucurella. Was well found by Palmer.
No.
Bit of inaccuracy in the final ball so far.
That was close. No, that's
good read by Dahl as well to make sure
he going nowhere, bro.
The clearance at the back post.
Hi.
I just saw reports before this game that
Cucurella has been delaying the ball. The play out. He has been delaying it. When you get to that position where you need to cross to the striker, don't think too much. Let the striker just expect the ball and then you play the ball to win.
The 14 team this season, they just beat Manchester City to his signing. We'll see him soon. Well, hopefully. This is Chelsea. But we'll see him.
Oh, shit.
Best of luck to him. Hope it goes well.
Not to take the shot. Not to take the shot.
Who
is this? James.
Bit feisty.
What?
But Benfica are beginning to punch a few holes in the Chelsea defence. Reece James standing tall and strong.
Our defenders are playing
really good experience from Reece James. Good defending.
This is what I was talking about.
They're still only 21.
About Lavia and Caicedo.
Arrived in time to help them to win the most recent league title.
The ball is not flowing as
2023.
much in the midfield area. Yeah, Lavia is back now. You saw he distributes the ball better than Caicedo.
Rawness is actually one of those players.
Yeah, turn and pass your ball.
You love seeing he has the rarity of winning 2 league titles in the same season. He played a few games for Feyenoord in 22-23. Moved to Benfica, helped them win the league. The last time they did it, they only finished 2 points clear of Porto.
So
this season, 2 points behind Sporting in the Lisbon face-off. Stopped by ours.
Nice one. That's a foul.
Given against Cucurella. In on Angel Di Maria. 37 now, Di Maria, and still going strong.
No,
I think Cucurella is unlucky there. He got the ball. Di Maria went down very easily, and the referee
James, why?
But Cucurella
leave the
a
ball,
little unfortunate in my book.
the player, and the distance between the ball and the keeper was too far.
Good
Take down the ball, of course, it's James. He's the only one that can do that.
So we've got 3 games live for you on Sporty TV, live and free on Sporty TV. In this round of 16.
I think he should be.
Paris Saint-Germain against Inter Miami.
Should be close to 40
at 1600 GMT. Can't wait for that. Yeah, it's going to be fun. And on the 1st of July, Real Madrid against Juventus. And it's the same time slot as this, 1900 GMT, 8 Western, 10 Eastern, 9 South African Standard Time. Also, the Sporting News crew every day through the Club World Cup at 3 p.m. SASG to get all the latest news of the competition. And also overnight, the CONCACAF Gold Cup, live and free for you on Sporty TV. Over here, beyond Cucurella. Obviously, you can double screen now and go to the Sporty TV YouTube and watch it in Germany if you want. But,
something that we expect.
Got this for you as well. Good run forward there by Cucurella from a deep position. The pass obviously was overhit, but good energy from the Spaniard on a day that will be energy sapping for the players. It's another warm day, humidity 59%.
Oh, that's a foul.
What was the percent chance for the thunderstorms again? As you were looking up earlier. Well, in about 2 hours' time, I'd say it's 50-50, so fingers crossed. It'll be okay. The first knockout match of this Club World Cup has gone to extra innings. That 1-0 victory for Palmeiras over Botafogo.
So let me know if you're watching in the comment section.
Having worked on the Copa Libertadores
I actually started this live stream very late.
It was kind of a typical Brazilian affair. It was reasonably tight. Worth pointing out, Botafogo's keeper was man of the match.
So let me know.
Which says a lot. When saying that Anatoly Trubin was man of the match, wasn't he, for Benfica's win against Bayern? So he was kept busy too. And they had a few. They hit the post. They had a beauty that was ruled out for an offside against Kane. Benfica did well to win it. They did well to win the group.
Yes, Palmer.
Whether this is the tie they would have chosen themselves for the last 16, I'm not sure. Palmer. Oh, that was dangerous. He was crying out for a touchdown right in front of goal, which never came. First time they've managed something like that in the match. That'll be concern to life, no doubt. Palmer there, because he did so well to deliver that cross into the 6-yard box, but nobody had really gambled and made the run to try and get that touch to finish it.
Come on, give this man the ball.
Enzo Fernandez, who scored the opening goal of the tournament against LAFC. Cucurella never tends to shoot much, does he? Fernandez certainly does, though. It's a corner again.
That's corner. Thank you, Enzo.
They've played another one.
Thank you, Enzo.
Keeping the pressure up, and that's positive from their point of view. Good work by Olivette. Very good blocker against his former teammate to deny Enzo Fernandez second corner of the game now for Chelsea. But again, just Otamendi using his experience and positional play really well. Short by
I don't know why they are not crossing this ball. James.
Bit of space for Lavi in the middle. It's hit well beyond him, but it's hit well beyond
Too much. That's good idea, but the execution
that
was
can
not
have a
good.
coach tearing his hair out. He hasn't he? It's 14. Then on to us. Chelsea 2.05 to win. Benfica 3.85. The draw is 3.3. Betting for over 18s only.
Yeah, go back to the right side
always, can't stress it enough. Please.
Play more.
Bet responsibly.
He's playing the free 10 role now.
Decent pace in this game so far, though. Possession
He's playing
slightly in Chelsea's favour.
the free 10 role now. I think he doesn't have a particular this thing he's playing.
In terms of expected goals,
No, don't do that.
it's flat.
Nice one,
zero.
Lavia.
Benfica Chelsea haven't even hit the James Bond yet. Here's Pedro Neto.
This should be a goal.
Delap, angle tie.
Shit!
Cucurella.
No, now.
Good control.
Shit!
Offside. What a chance. I think
Why
Gustavo
should
was
take
there.
that shot now? First time.
But
Nothing
Chelsea
to
so
dribble
close to the
there.
opening
There's
goal.
nothing.
They
should have
look to have
scored.
done everything right. Caicedo.
He should have scored.
Short for Chile.
He should have scored. Cucurella, see that nice pass from Delap. I knew he was not going to play.
Silva
This is an
in the
intelligent
right
player.
place.
Delap's an
To get it
intelligent
away.
player.
On by Reece James.
Nice one.
Lavia.
That's a foul now. That's a foul.
Challenge from behind was fair, according to Slavko Vincic, and held up by Arsenal. Well, nobody's managed it again. Long flowing moves together yet. Palmer. Oh, he went for it directly. Trubin, a strong-handed save. But Chelsea are going full tilt.
Nice one,
Turning the screw
Kupama.
down. Trubin to
Nice
deny.
one, Kupama. Kupama has been now. He's playing well now.
Before that,
He's playing
Cucurella
well now.
so
Seriously
unlucky. He did
taking
everything right. Put it in the postage stamp.
the intensity.
And Antonio Silva with the header off the
is
line,
lovely.
celebrated the clearance as if he'd scored at the other end. It's brilliant defending by the Portuguese international, but
20
Chelsea
minutes, Chelsea no.
starting to look
Benfica
a
no,
little
but we have
ominous.
a very solid chance and we
Put
should have
that
scored.
down a little
Cucurella
bit
should have
here.
scored that goal. There's nothing to
Pedro
stop. He
Neto's
stopped
going
the
to take
ball.
the corner kick. What we said about expected goals barely a minute ago, you can throw that out the window now. Clever by Neto. Back the same way. Caicedo playing it through. Cucurella, good cross. Frederick Arsenal away. Caicedo.
Nice one.
Now Cole Palmer seeing options open. Beautiful ball.
Hey!
Glorious Antonio Silva Mundo's back. And Cucurella's foul.
Referees are problem in this match.
Bringing shoulder up down.
There's nothing else he could have done. There's nothing else.
A chance for Benfica to catch their breath after a couple of really good chances for Chelsea.
See, look at this ball. Neto gave it to Dela.
Such a clever pass from Neto
Dela didn't want to waste the ball.
Cucurella
Did a
staying
nice
calm,
pass.
picked his spot. Wonderful
He
defending.
tried to for the defender.
Silva.
Target. Oh!
Right man in the right place
Defender
for Benfica.
saving now. But the defender nodded the ball away. And
Was
the
about
keeper
to
had
say Bruno Lage not
save
panicking,
the ball with a very
That
strong right
reaction
hand.
says otherwise.
Very,
Trubin,
very
brilliant
successful.
narrow angle
Bullet of
save
shots.
to keep out.
Who played it? Neto Palmer.
Vicious shot by Palmer.
It was Palmer.
Chelsea are getting the major chances now. Pavlidis. Foul just on the edge of the pitch. I think Bruno Lage is going to be looking for more from his midfield, from the likes of Florentino, Kupchu, and Pereiro, who haven't really managed to get their foot on the ball and establish any kind of possession for the Eagles. Never ball forward, taken by
He's
Angel
coming to
Di
your
Maria.
left.
It's a close one, I'm not sure. The flag has gone up, so he must have been offside, but it was a narrow one. So he's supposed to go offside if he's very offside. So, 17 years since he scored the winning goal in Beijing at the Bird's Nest against Nigeria in the Olympic Games final. A team with Messi, not just Messi, it was a star-studded lineup. Lads who all went on to great things.
But they are still be sharp with your decisions.
Copa America final. But home is beckoning. He'll hope.
If they lose a ball here, this defensive midfield area, they lose the ball here. There are so many players who are going to swamp.
He's back home to his club of his youth, Rosario Central in Argentina. You'll still be able to see him though. Copa Libertadores among the fine fare on Sporting TV. Nice nest was open down to the near side.
1-0 up now.
It's another free kick, another foul on Shelder up. This really talented young Norwegian. He's 21 and he scored the winner in the League Cup final earlier this year to defeat Sporting in the Lisbon derby and undersider, and obviously the winner against Bayern in recent days for their first ever win against the perennial Bundesliga champions, almost perennial.
Needless foul for James to give away there. There was no threat at all out by the touchline on the far side. It's given a free kick to Benfica. They have players who can do damage in the area. The likes of Navides there, Otamendi, very good in the air, and Silva likewise. Very high defensive line.
Oh, that was ambitious. No doubt about it. Sanchez was not caught out though. That had to be the intention.
An entertaining game though, first 25 minutes.
Benfica with only one loss in the last 16. Well, at Rijkaard and Batten in 1990.
Please do not lose the possession, please.
What made it even worse was Porto had won the competition
Hold the ball, please.
around the same time, but they couldn't.
This is straight.
They were a little chip. Kukurea just too high.
Nice one, James.
Reece James, very smart though. Lovely ball.
Nice one, James. James with a very nice set, set piece.
So Kukurea getting forward down the left-hand side, getting into the area, causing problems for the defenders. It was just fractionally too high for him. Put himself in a very, very good advanced position there. Mark Kukurea.
Decent close control by the man who rescued Benfica earlier, Antonio Silva. Part of the UEFA Youth League side that lifted the trophy in 2022. That was a bit risky by Arsnes. Almost a massive giveaway. Romeo now you're wading in the Belgian international.
Nice one. Nice one. You made the first mistake, so now you need to be wise.
Got away with it. Caicedo. Not for Palmer, couldn't control.
That was smart.
Ortiz will be relieved, but nothing came of that. It was a sloppy ball. Again, another demonstration of
predictable.
Silky defending of Antonio Silva as he cleaned up the danger as Cole Palmer was coming forward. And Silva, a diagonal ball forward.
Difference in this game.
Well reclaimed by Reece James.
Another day.
Chelsea have upped the possession a bit in their favour.
No.
World Cup once beat Palmeiras in the final 5 years ago, and that's who's awaiting in the quarterfinals. They had lost the Corinthians by a goal to nil. And they've gone 13 years without a sink to Flamengo by 3 goals to 1. We've hit
30 minutes and badly needed one on a warm day in Charlotte in North Carolina. Players will be very glad of the opportunity of liquids on board. I think it's important as well for both Bruno Lage and for Enzo Maresca just to maybe have a word with their troops and reorganise slightly, certainly approach, because Chelsea have looked threatening team in the first half hour of this game, but while it's still 0-0, Benfica and the 1-0 against Bayern Munich, and that man in shot there, Anthony Trubin, is one of the main reasons for that. He to make one very good save to deny Cole Palmer in this match, but Chelsea will feel 0-0. They've had the best chances of the game this very early on. Teeing it up and well placed on the line was Antonio Silva to get it away. Palmer then within seconds having that narrow angle strike. Stopped by Anatoly Trubin.
Thank you.
Enzo Maresca has seen his side produce the best openings so far. And Bruno Lage, when he was in charge of Wolves, got 2 draws against Chelsea, so he knows how to set up well against them. And in terms of English football, well, Maresca had helped Leicester come on, had been quite successful in charge of at the start of this decade, and then plucked by months and then revived his career in England. Lage had built his coaching career first at Benfica, then was assistant at Swansea City.
Some adjustment to my life.
Returned to Benfica, league-winning coach. Then Wolves snapped him up when they were going through that Portuguese phase a couple of years ago. And then Botafogo, he might have had a reunion with them in the quarterfinals, but they're now out, and he's hoping it won't be.
I think he also went on a cooling break.
He was looking for more energy from his players, which is easier said than done on a very, very warm day like this.
TV available on Star Times DTT channel 258, DTH channel 190, and the OTT Star Times ON in Nigeria, and via DTT channel 36, and DTH channel 190 and Star Times, and OTT Star Times ON and multi-TV frequencies in Ghana, and also in South Africa, channel 125 Open View, and on EVOD.
From the cooling break, we have the ball now.
Hope you got that. This is Enzo Fernandez. Ask your TV provider for details. Caicedo, good ball. Got behind him, well did Palmer. But Trubin waiting for a got down to save. Could have been a bit fiercer, could have been a bit trickier, but at least he had it on target.
Fairly conventional save that time, all right for Trubin. Cole Palmer, you know, he's capable of scoring 15 goals in the Premier League this season and 37 appearances.
I don't understand this.
Twice now, he's forced to save from Trubin.
Long by Angel Di Maria, and it is a lovely, glorious ball.
How is that
Shelder up was in a good spot. Dahl combining, but they just got in each other's way. Scrambled communications between the two Scandinavians and overhit in the end of the search for Palmer.
That's
that was a bit late and a bit fruity by Florentino Luis. Hasn't caught the attention of VAR yet.
The ref did not do that kind of foul. That was harsh and
a while ago.
Very harsh.
No free kick awarded at the time.
Maybe a little bit of treading of the toes. It didn't look like a scandalous enough challenge for me for a red card. Chelsea have a free kick here. Lavia down.
Florentino again the offender. But again, escaping any sanction other than the free kick. Man who had as one of his first coaches Vincent Kompany, who's still here
having finished second in the group behind Benfica. For the rest of the tournament, we'll have two quarterfinals, one of the semi-finals, and the final live for you on Sporting TV, along with two more of the last 16 games. On the 26th, we're bringing to you live and free on Sporting TV. Caicedo tempted, almost perfect.
Nice one from Caicedo, nice one.
Really well into Euros. He's really impressed me tonight. I mean, you watch him most weeks working on the Portuguese league. He's been really handy, God. He's very good, and that Benfica defence
of course.
is a really good one. Youth and experience in a way. The youth of Antonio Silva, just 21, and then on the bench, 37. The youth of Delap almost worked in his favour.
There are some balls that have been coming to him, but just like a recent ball, like
Silva on his toes.
Or this kind of extra ball.
Had
This
an
ball,
assist on his debut against LAFC.
I wish you can get some of these balls
Lorenzo Fernandez.
coming to
Apart
him.
from that, I thought a lot of what he tried to do in his debut went wrong, but he had the assist. 20 minutes, because then Tyreek George wrapped it up in a 7-minute stoppage time, and at the age of 19, he took that mantle.
Let me switch my English to Pidgin again so that
And they look very, very nice. And 9 goalkeepers in their overall squad.
Nice one, Lavia.
Smart ball, Lavia for Cucurella. Good stop by Ruben. Good save again, strong from the
Again, that
Ukrainian
goalkeeper is
stopper.
very good.
He's got in the right place.
Who is that
Chelsea
goalkeeper?
just
His arms.
finding little passages through.
Not the small thing they have. His arms they very, very
Again,
strong.
it was that man Cucurella on the left-hand side,
Even with
causing
shorts, he's just
problems
be
for
bouncing off his
Benfica,
arm.
not being picked up, finding acres of space there. A wonderful save yet again by Trubin. Hard to believe that he's lost his place in the Ukrainian national side to Lunin of Real Madrid. He's been brilliant in this tournament so far, Trubin.
Of course, not
Benfica in this
1-1, but the keeper, the angle way in the cover
Certainly
makes
he's
sense.
put out a reminder in this tournament how good he is. Pedro Neto, Cucurella getting involved a lot in the final third. Oh, that's out. Nice little flick by Bruno Lage. He didn't have much of a playing career, unfortunately, only about 3 years, lower divisions, Praenche and Quita Kenche.
I think Arsene Wenger never really played at any kind of a level, and he was a fairly handy manager.
Mourinho.
Indeed.
Been a few. There's been a lot. That'll be a free kick.
Accidental, but a free kick. Clumsy from Reece James.
It's a quick one. It's a long one. It's almost perfect for Samuel Dahl. And it just ran out. Frustratingly for the Swede. It's a brilliant ball. But how about this? Good quick thinking by Romeo Lavia. Cucurella in again. And another tremendous stop by Trubin. He's been fantastic today.
He spreads himself so well, and we saw that against Bayern Munich in the last. Did a couple of times in that game. Makes himself big and did ever so well there.
Real strong wristed saves. He spread himself out and saved that way a couple of times.
I don't understand this hero.
I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on Delap, Will, if he is the main man up front. Obviously, Nicholas Jackson is suspended for this game after his red card earlier on in the competition, so Delap is getting the lead attacker role yet again. But over the course of the Premier League season, if they are expecting those 25 goals from him, then it's a lot of pressure on a young man's shoulders.
A lot of talk about the future of Nicholas Jackson, certainly remembering he'd been sent off last month of the 2-0 loss at Newcastle when they were fighting for the top 5 place for the Champions League, subsequently beat Manchester United and Nottingham Forest without him. It's not easy, by the way. Forest kind of imploded a bit, and Manchester United,
Well, you
I don't
know,
understand this write-up.
Chelsea 2.1 to win with Sporty Bet. Benfica 4.15. Cucurella, good break.
You get to that position and decide to fire
And
shots.
it's
Does
out
that
for a
make
throw.
sense?
Opening was decent.
Too
The
much
draw,
now.
by the way, is still 3 with Sporty Bet. Betting is for over 18s only. Please bet responsibly.
We can't break teams down.
Well, it's
It's
a
a
good,
problem.
sharp, quick attack
And then
again
when we
for the
eventually do, we
Blues.
are not taking our chances. It's not too good. It's not too good.
Catching Benfica out a bit that way. A lot of the crosses have been kind of overexcited in the end. Mind you,
Benfica
speaking of
are
which,
not playing
not
ball.
by
They are
the
not.
otherwise
We
impressive
are
Antonio
well
Silva.
them with our pattern, but now
Wasteful, and
when
again,
we
his
get
manager will be
something, that's a problem.
upset. Try and keep it, Benfica. They can't keep giving it back to Chelsea. We've seen
Benfica
how
can't
dangerous
keep ball.
Chelsea have been going forward, particularly down this
Now we
left-hand
have
side.
this no now. We have this ball, but to use
Benfica
it
getting
well
it
is a
quickly to
problem.
leaders remaining
Now
on the
Benfica-
out. Caicedo in
That's
the
a
right
good thing.
place. Chelsea recovered. But Benfica using their pace a lot. Quick thinking all the way. Cucurella, that good
That's
chance
super.
from a few minutes ago. That's what I said about the strong hand. Well, it hit his arm, but all the same, Finnish Michael always used to do that, make himself big. Oh, he thought it was in, didn't he? Some
Sanchez,
respects,
please.
Marco Correa has been the best attacker for
Chelsea.
Chelsea in this game, playing from that wing-back
What's
position.
Sanchez doing? What's Sanchez doing? God. What is Sanchez doing?
0-2 hit. Strong.
This ego is back again.
And for the throw. Quite miss in the end.
Jackson and Sanchez, they are our arch enemy. Jackson and
Free kick
Sanchez.
given
This
against
Chelsea team,
Or
they are our
Kutzke.
arch enemy.
Wasn't
We need to
happy
pray
when
against them.
brought off in the 6-0 win against Auckland City. Had a word of 5 for Bruno Lage. Lage didn't start him then in the big game against Bayern that I think every pro would have wanted to start. All is forgiven now. He starts today in another red letter day for the Red Men of Lisbon. Coach, of course, their record signing, 25 million when he arrived from Feyenoord. So they've been expecting great things from him.
We are not doing
Some
enough
of his
with this ball.
performances
We are not doing enough with
on
this
the
ball.
domestic front were a little
Not just
underwhelming this
Make
season.
sure you
So
are attacking. Make sure that you're breaking
we shall
things
see.
down.
He's,
You don't get your
come
goal.
with a big
This one can
reputation in
have one
Portugal.
goal and they decide to score. And that will be the end. Palmer, nice one, Palmer.
Turkey reached the quarterfinals of the Euros last year. They were beaten by
Get him
the
involved
land
in
of his
the
birth,
match more.
the Netherlands, by 2 goals to 1. His brother, who's also Dutch born, is also an international footballer with Azerbaijan, though. Currently playing in Finland with HJK Helsinki. It's quite a fork in the road.
Break him down.
This is Caicedo.
Should not be too hard.
Short fit Levi Colwell. Reece James. 60% of the ball Chelsea have had. Those are the non-FIFA stats that have the little neutral section in the middle. 60-40 according to
Yes, Palmer. Yes,
the
Palmer.
Nate Statistical
Need to
Services.
go to Palmer.
Long one by Lavia. Too long though, too strong.
To break things down. Get back to this problem again.
Kind of drifted for them up front a little bit. He's strong for Enzo Fernandez. Something like $150 million compared to the English fee you heard earlier that Benfica got from Chelsea for it. It's been good for him. Shellerup, good break. Lovely early winner he got against Bayern on the final day of the group stage when the planets aligned for Benfica. 3 out of minutes at the end of this
playing against?
first half. Benfica drew their opener against Boca. You might remember it. It was feisty. It was 2-2.
You don't understand.
Boca went
what
2-0
you
up.
mean.
3 red cards and then lots of yellows. And Boca and River Plate, those 2 great Buenos Aires guys going home early. Strongly won by Caicedo, then strongly chopped down for the free kick.
Caicedo is out.
I thought the original one was a free kick. Referee allowed the game flow as Dahl went down.
Very badly.
He's struggling down there. So is Caicedo.
Caicedo is back. He's badly injured. Badly injured.
It was a really strong challenge. A couple of them, frankly.
Caicedo is badly injured.
The clip actually coming from Enzo Fernandez. Real cruncher involving Leandro Barrero, Luxembourg international. He's come out of Angolan descent. 65 caps for Luxembourg now, so he's not just switching.
Caicedo with his tackles.
This is the sort of picture that Enzo Maresca will be really worried to see. Caicedo took quite a blow to his right leg there in that clash with Barrero. New season on the horizon. He is such a key man in midfield for Chelsea. Hopefully this isn't a serious one.
Because that was terrible.
Looks like it might be okay.
Yeah, the kick off the new season on the 17th of August against Crystal Palace at home. They're away to West Ham. Before that, they've got a whole series of friendlies against Milan and Leverkusen. And the first of those is a visit to Sholing, small town in the south coast of England near Portsmouth. That's their first friendly, which is the last week of July.
To synopsise the first half, though, I think it must be said, Chelsea, they have been the dominant team. They've had 6 shots on goal, 5 of them on target, a couple of very good saves from Truman. Worryingly for Benfica, they haven't really tested Robert Sanchez. He could have had a cup of tea during this first half. He's had very little to do, and they've been looking for more as they progress into the second half to see if they can try and retain possession in the Chelsea half of the field and ask 1 or 2 questions of the Chelsea defence. Apart from that half chance for Pavlidis, Benfica have been pretty unthreatening going forward.
Had a few assaults of the final third, Benfica haven't quite had the same cohesion that Chelsea have had. And yet, a lot has gone right for Chelsea when they've got the ball forward as well. We probably will hit to 5 minutes about a time at the end of this first half. Slavkovic is being very precise.
Great to see that Caicedo is back up. When I saw that replay at first, I thought it might have been bad, but he's
that
quite freely there.
I thought it was even out. There's this point when you play more of these matches, you don't have a problem.
Massive worry.
That should be easy pass for you. Nothing like you drinking this kind
Seems
of ball.
To be okay.
Doesn't make any sense.
Cucurella, nice control in the middle, big chance. Palmer's there. Found his way blocked again by the massively impressive Antonio Silva. It's another corner for Chelsea. It'll be their 4th. Remember tomorrow, Paris Saint-Germain against Inter Miami, Messi against his old colleague, 1600 GMT. And then on the 1st of July, we'll have a 1900 GMT Real Madrid against Juventus. You can work out your own time zones from there. There are next 2 games live and free on Sporting TV for you. Cucurella has made his way back towards a central position. He comes short. And he's done it again. Rinse and repeat. Pedro Neto to Tang, eventually. Not sure it was worth it in the end, to be honest with you. And it's 0-0 at half-time.
No, at half-time.
Chelsea have had way blocked largely by Anatoly Trubin, the Benfica goalkeeper. When they did find a way past him, Antonio Silva headed off the line. Half-time in Charlotte. Benfica 0.
Benfica no, Chelsea no. At half-time. I don't know what they mean by this, but I'm just going to. Inú yàrá ọ̀tún àbí?
Well, without further ado, let's head over to Charlotte for our second half. Anytime I kiss your face, I smoosh your
Sporty bet.
Ready for a hat trick? Yes, not one, not two, hat trick. Check this out. Sportybet is taking you to Spain to experience 3 La Liga matches. It's more than a trip, it's a hat trick. All in your first 50 rand deposit during the FIFA Club World Cup, and then leave the rest to the football gods. Hurry and bring your +1 with you. Only on sportybet.co.za.
Let's go ahead to win our match.
The broadcast of this match is brought to you by
Sporty Bet.
Both defences terrified, but no goals yet. In Charlotte at the Bank of America Stadium, 0-0 between Benfica and Chelsea. Hello again from Will Downing and Con Murphy, and still a chance to get some half-time views. And some news from Sporty Bet as well, by the way. Chelsea 2.3 to win now. Benfica 4.2. The draw is 2.7. As always, over 18s only. Please bet responsibly. And in weather like this, always remember to bring a fan. You have plenty of Ecuadorians in the house to support Moses Caicedo for this game, no doubt about it. It's a 67,000 capacity stadium. I'm not on Peter's PR team, but be up to 30,000 for this game. But we'll learn afterwards. And some of the crowds have been absolutely blinding. PSG Atletico, 80 Sunday, 65,000 in Miami for the opening between Al Acme and Inter Miami. And we see them tomorrow night. Lionel Messi against his old team, Paris Saint-Germain. And that'll kick off at 1600 GMT live and free on Sporting TV. That's one to look forward to.
It surely is. It really is. And I think the second half here is one to look forward to as well. I've been entertained by that first half, albeit we haven't seen any goals. But Chelsea, I'm not surprised by those odds, making Chelsea favourites. They're the ones who've been on the front foot. It's been one-way traffic really for most of the first half, with Chelsea forcing Truman to make those good saves and that wonderful goal line clearance by Antonio Silva to deny Marco Correa. It was unfortunate on a couple of occasions in that first half not to get on the score sheet. It'll be interesting to see when and if the changes come. But Benfica certainly needs a change of approach, I think, to try and start putting a bit of pressure on the Chelsea defence, because it's been a bit too easy for the Londoners in that first 45.
Keeping the crowd lively with plenty fine 90s dance tunes, of which you are an expert, Will. But no breakthrough yet.
And then this match,
More of an 80s fan myself.
now,
Fine decade
holding
too.
possession doesn't count. Yes,
Do remember
definitely
it very
somebody
well.
needs to win the match.
Chelsea had a very nice team
So
that
we
day.
better
Gary
start taking our
Dixon and
chances.
David
now.
Speedy and all that.
Those
Mike
are
Walker. Yep. Oh, yeah, he was still around.
because at the end of the day, it no matter who
Made his
plays,
name a
who
lot in
have
the
the
late
most
70s,
possession,
but
who wins the match.
Chelsea are a
That's
really good
what
team. Pat
I'm
Nevin,
saying.
brilliant Scottish winger.
Because many of these chances,
There's some of you who'll
it's
probably
bearing them,
remember
not
them.
like giving us highlights.
Lots of you won't, but
It's
they were a
bearing
tasty
for
team in the 80s before the
Of course, the
money
keeper
came
was
in.
instrumental.
Actually, they
This
were a nice
Benfica
team in the
goalkeeper
90s. Went on
did
for
very,
the
very
Ali.
strong.
They won the old
And then that's
European
not
Cup Winners'
taking
Cup,
away the
and they
fact
were
that
one of the
Chelsea
last
has
clubs to win
the
it.
role of first half possession
And off
very
the
far.
back of it, won a European Super Cup, beat Real Madrid in it. They beat Stuttgart in the Cup Winners' Cup final in '98. And Jurgi Löw was the Stuttgart boss. Changes afoot.
Hector Kolu is coming on for Schelderup for Benfica, and he's a player who can have a bit of dynamism going forward for Benfica. He's had a tremendous season for them, scoring 16 goals in all competitions, so that might just offer a little more threat in the second half, another Turkish international.
0-0 as Chelsea resume. They've elected not to make a change, but Benfica bringing in Kerem Aktürkoğlu, 44 caps for Turkey, and the most assists 2 seasons ago as
Galatasaray won back-to-back titles. That's a good ball played forward early on in the opening seconds, but too long for Liam Delap. Interesting change though. And he's played almost every single game for Benfica this season. Pavlidis has the most. This is his 57th game of the campaign. And he's played in every Club World Cup game as well to date.
Actacolo will offer them energy, that energy that I was talking about when Lars was talking to the players during the cooling break. He's got a great engine on him.
Please.
He'll be very busy. It'll be interesting to see if it does make any kind of an impact.
There's a major impact from Nicolas Otamendi. That's part of the trademark. That was a real strong challenge. Didn't win a title in England in his first 2 seasons there. Leicester and Chelsea, who had their successes that year, 2017.
One leg.
This is by Palmer.
That should be on goal.
Came across goal, almost an own goal. Chelsea getting
It's not a goal,
Otamendi in the right place to get it clear.
Otamendi.
Thankfully, from his point of view, nowhere other than getting it clear.
Otamendi, of course, scored an own goal in the opening match against Boca Juniors, and he had to be very careful there. It worked out in his favour in the end. It was a very dangerous ball for Palmer.
Scored at both ends in that 2-2 draw. Got the ultimate leveller to tie it up at 2-2. Boca had been 2-0 up. In the end, they went on with only 2 points, and River Plate departing as well. Palmer, good break, chips, too fast at the end. Too strong for Eli Caldwell. Otamendi.
Double
that could have gone anywhere. But it was important for him to get in ahead of Delap, and he did that. And he just about got it clear.
Absolutely vital. Delap was ready to knock that into the net.
Pedro Neto beat. Love to have him on this near side in the second half. He's had a good bit of fun in this competition. Scored the opening Chelsea goal against LAFC in their opening match in Atlanta. Lavia. Short for Moises Caicedo. Got behind it. Wasn't very far away. A good firm low hit by Caicedo. He's only scored 2 in the entire campaign, but almost a third here.
Ambitious effort. Long way out. Proven at it well covered, in fairness. But Caicedo at least was prepared to have a pump from that sort of distance, which shows a confidence.
Lavia again. He's got lots of support. Pedro Neto at the edge of the area. Not just him. Delap. Cucurella is in support. Lavia in again. And it's a free kick to Benfica. Lavia wading in too strong. And Otamendi, who's a real Iron Man, left holding his chin. 1 World Cup, 2 Copa Americas. League titles going back 16 years with Vélez Sarsfield. Helped Porto win the Europa League, winning it all. Portuguese final in Dublin. That'll be a free kick. Enzo Fernandez down.
Pavlidis is going to get a yellow card for this. I'm not even sure if it's foul. He's pleading his innocence.
And it means he would miss the quarter-final against Palmeiras and Benfica, making he's one of 5 Benfica players on a yellow going into this game. That's a real 50-50 one.
Well, he'll be a loss if they do progress. Obviously, they do have Andrea Bellotti on the bench, who's back from suspension after he was sent off against Boca.
Pedro Neto. Good break, strong cross. Cucurella get it back. Not down, wasn't strong enough. Colwell deflecting.
That's it.
Paddy Chile with the effort in the end. It's another corner.
Nice one, bro.
It's going to be a sixth for Chelsea. They started their second half the way they've continued for much of the first. That was Caicedo's effort a few minutes ago, which ticked just wide.
Again, like Caicedo, Paddy Chile was prepared to have a pot shot from distance and got the reward with the corner kick in the end.
Warnings for Benfica and lots of them. Good block by Angel Di Maria. 2 balls on the pitch. As a result, play will be halted by Slavko Vincic. The second wasn't causing much trouble. There are a few referees who allow play to carry on in that situation, but anyway. PSG into Miami tomorrow. Real Madrid, Juventus on Tuesday. The next game's coming up live at 3 on Sporting TV. Gold Cup coverage continuing overnight. That's being played mainly in the West Coast. The MLS is on as well right now.
I can't say much about it.
They have not halted the tournaments. There's a lot of football going on in the US right now. Too strong for Pedro Neto.
So now that is where the clinical
corporate t-shirts are selling well here.
It's a
good way of getting on shot.
Not going to be
And leaders sadly will be sat alongside them in the quarterfinal.
this match
At
should not
best.
be extra time, relatively penalty. To be a statement for person. To be a statement.
Took a short one. I think that's a risk. Otamendi. Short for Samuel Dahl. It's well claimed. Caicedo heading strongly. Palmer keeping it out. Cucurella.
Pass.
Delam came short.
Shit.
Almost came through towards Enzo Fernandez again. Good clearance, Otamendi. Covered by Caicedo. Lavia. Chelsea passing has been quick and well thought.
That's a corner.
Till it reaches the end. Trubin's had a busy old game. Otamendi and company even more so. They're facing another corner.
Like the threat is
Chelsea with another
not very
one.
intense. So this is where I'm
Third corner of the second half. Just turning the screw a little bit, Chelsea. And they get the reward on the score sheet, though.
Lam remains a big focus. Chelsea player inside the 6-yard box, and he's been very well watched by Samuel Dahl. Sent in by Pedro Neto. Chile up above the ball. Header too high. Chelsea continue to create. They just can't finish right now.
It's a very good one, sir.
They are dominating, and you just feel as this game progresses, one or two of the players' tire spaces might open up. Chelsea might be able to take advantage. Trying to get Dahl away. Blue ball. Not very many openings for Kerem Aktürkoğlu so far. Scored in his first 7 games of the season. To match the 1964 record of Fetish Guerrero. Seen in the last 2 Euros squads for Turkey. And last year, could run to the last 8. 2 league titles, Galatasaray back to back. Benfica coming out with the League Cup this season.
Both of the last, I think the last should be more physical without position.
But lost to them in the Portuguese Cup final to end their season, and they led through. Which go, and then Sporting came back to do the double.
What happened? This is the referee reviewing. Okay. You can play.
10 attempts to 2 Chelsea have had in the game so far. 5-1 on target. They've had all the corners in the game. They've had none of the goals yet. Montino Luis looking to cut out, has support from Leandro Barreiro, the Luxembourg international, who scored in the 6-0 win, actually scored twice against Auckland City. A very good 6-0 result. Wasn't good for Auckland City, of course.
Now this is what we don't want.
But they've had worse.
Play on you.
It's a bit better from Benfica, though. They're getting bodies into the Chelsea half. At least Samuel Down was up to try and support the attack, but now they left themselves open at the back.
Enzo Fernandez battling hard with Samuel Down, and he's given the free kick away. Forward well by Kutsku. Same story. Fernandez over physical and in the way. That was the second challenge.
It was not, it was Fernandez.
He's made himself known to the referee. Mendy over it. 5 seasons of Benfica. He's only won the league title once. Sporting have won 3 of the last 5 now. Porto have won 1. Cross was awkward and almost spilled into the net by Sanchez. Arsnes with a cross that almost turned into a goal. Chelsea coming in the counter-attack quickly. To left short, here's Palmer. They've got 4 up here. Palmer going the long way. He tends to do that a lot. Touch coming off it by Antonio Silva, but Benfica could be in the lead.
Well, Robert Sanchez has had so little to do with this game, and the Chelsea goal so nearly caught out by that
Sanchez almost
took the ball to the other end.
His own net.
Game sweeping down then. As Chelsea had 4 on 4 there. Good defensive work by Otamendi and Silva. It's another corner for Chelsea.
They reacted briskly, got a good counter-attack going. Pedro Neto short. Flavia. A little chip. Pedro Neto back in again, but just, again, too heavy, too hefty.
Too heavy.
Final ball has generally been going wrong for Chelsea here. But how about this from Arsnes? And he almost scored.
You'll have to admit that that was meant to be a cross, but very, very nearly caught out Sanchez. He had to react.
There is goal line technology here. Semi-automatic VAR would cover that as well. Certainly live with a naked eye, it looked a lot more dramatic than it did from the reverse angle replay. He still fumbled it, but less risk of it going in. Pedro Neto. Arsnes covering. Should have gone for it, did not. Otamendi doing it agriculturally. And they've got a free kick out of it too. It's a foul by Buddy Chile right up the other end of Benfica, but chance out of nothing. Engineered by Angel Di Maria.
A little smile on the face of Di Maria as soon as he felt any kind of contact. It was over. Didn't get the free kick in the end.
It's played forward for Fernandez. Just as well from Chelsea's point of view. They still sent so much through Di Maria and up to him at the age of 37. Otamendi, the same age. They're actually born within 2 days of each other. Valentine's Week 1988, Di Maria was born on the day. Otamendi 2 days before that. Benfica free kick.
I'm bringing another attacking minded player.
Be an interesting conversation between those two. That is a Bayern Munich shirt and a yellow card out for a booking. Over complaining, it looks to be Caicedo, who is on a yellow going into the game, so would miss the quarter-final too. Cucurella stretching out, then down went Leandro Barreiro.
We did give Caicedo
So we're looking to make progress, and Caicedo won't be playing in the quarter-final one way or another.
Well, Maresca's going to be absolutely furious with him because it was a foul by Cucurella. So why was he giving out to the referee? All he had to do was walk away from that. And now he's going to miss the next match if they go through. That is a very, very needless yellow card for Caicedo.
He's going to miss the next match if they don't go through as well. Has to keep his head in the right place to concentrate for the remainder of the match, which maybe 30 minutes and maybe double that. Here's Cole Palmer.
Knowing that Caicedo will not play on this match.
Caicedo short again for Lavia. Pedro Neto, they have 7 players on yellow cards going into this Chelsea. Got to beware. Short for Reece James, and well, quite a few like that have gone wrong. Share of representation here tonight. It's only representation they've had in the tournament. They didn't win the Libertadores, didn't qualify for this, but nice to see some of their support have still made it. Free kick, what a position for it too. Palmer down, great spot for it.
Palmer down, it was not the player that was fouled.
And it's a yellow. Florentino Luis gets the caution for the late little touch on Palmer.
And then who are we even playing?
I think that yellow card was merited given the area of pitch that the foul was committed by Florentino.
I know there are a few parts of the world that do it, but I'm still not used to the booking being announced. So Fernandez not in a bad position here. Chelsea 2.4 to win with Sportybet. Benfica 5.8 now. The draw 2.15. Betting for over 18s only. Please bet responsibly. Chelsea still fancy their chances past the hour mark in Charlotte. Reece James over and went direct! Fantastic! It's a goal from the Blues! A real tale of the unexpected! And from nowhere, Chelsea lead! Reece James! Magic!
Well, he doesn't score too often, Reece James. He only scored once all season before this. But what an opportunist effort from the England international, catching Truban out, who was expecting the cross. Truban beaten at his near post. Wonderful execution by Reece James. Great angle here. Perfect curl on it. Just inside the post. That could not have been placed better by Reece James. And Chelsea deservedly take the lead. Reece James.
I'm happy for
claiming
James.
the Florence.
And it's a goal. He took it from the almost not too far from the corner.
Well, when it comes off, it is something special.
At least there's something
and it definitely is that. Reece James.
For watching the match. Not
a brilliant idea. And it flew in. And it's his first goal for Chelsea since the last 16 of the Conference League against Copenhagen. Scored against Bournemouth in January in the Premier League. A free kick again, which was the last gasp leveller to earn the 2-all draw in the 5th minute of stoppage time. I'll tell you what, Tommy Truban was not expecting that. Not sure anybody was. Brilliant goal. And Chelsea are in front. Finally a breakthrough.
And a deserved breakthrough, it must be said, for the pressure they've had. 10 efforts on goal. Benfica's won. Those statistics speak for themselves. Good for the game as well, I think, because Benfica have to go for it now.
It'll open it up, definitely. Di Maria over this. Now he does have an advanced free kick. And he's got it long, and it's tempting, and Otamendi has got that one very wrong. This is a free kick that was so right. Reece James whipping it in, and he saw the opening, and there's no doubt he meant that.
Nice one.
One in the league, one in the Conference League, and one in the Club World Cup for Reece James now, and 70% of the ball for the last 15 minutes, taking away 5% when people say nobody had the ball. It's one of Arsene Wenger's ideas, by the way. Enzo Fernandez wins it well, and he's kept possession brilliantly. To that waiting, and he'll keep waiting. It's very well played by Orkun. Caicedo, Cucurella. A lot more wide play from Cole Palmer in this second half. He's forced another good opportunity, trying to win the corner of Arsenal, just sliced it. It's a clever ball. Brilliant control. Suddenly an opening for Bleeders, trying to make his way through. He was being carried a little bit. He was being pulled a bit. Not enough to earn the attention of referee Slavko Vincic. Good defending, really.
Well, Buddy Sheila was definitely fouling him outside the area. I think the referee might have brought that back for a free kick. It was never a penalty. It was clear obstruction by Paddy Sheila.
Well, he's gone down. I mean, VAR can't bring him back for a free kick. They can't bring him back if they think it was a yellow card. Further changes coming for Benfica shortly.
Almost gave out. It did give away.
Hurt himself making that block on Pavlidis in the area, but it was certainly a pullback of Pavlidis who had got away from him and was clear on goal. So I think Paddy Sheila is lucky there. Looks like Prestiani and Belotti meant to be introduced by Lage.
Prestiani is still only 19, Argentine under 17 international. It's the earlier breakthrough, and there's sort of a hand on it. It needs to be more than that, though, and tumble over by Pavlidis. Didn't get to see outside the area, though. Not from that original angle.
I
think he was all right. He just about skirted on the right side of legality.
He didn't bring him down, and then he covered the spaces, When the player tried to come back,
it's like his race is run.
So,
Sheila may have to come off here.
At least the opponent,
he
the
will.
other guy will be.
It's going to be Tosin to replace him.
So normally, that's how it's supposed to be. So Tosin replaces by the shield. So now, the foul.
Chelsea's first change of the game. Paddy Sheila off injured. And it's Tosin. Adra Viallo replacing the score against Esperance in the 3-0 win. He got the opener in that. It was savable. Andrea Belotti, the Italian international. Gianluca Prestiani, the two coming on for Pavlidis. And Florentino Luis. Two changes to make, two normal changes to make anyway.
Fresh legs for the last 20 minutes, 25 minutes with stoppage time for Benfica as they chase this game.
Clever
ball. The lad got there.
Blocking.
It's been kept alive here by Pedro Neto. You have a chance to vote for your FIFA Man of the Match superior player of the match, the sporty hero of the match is coming up on the YouTube. Effort across goal coming from Cole Palmer. Just couldn't get the accuracy right. Continuing to have openings, but no success.
No, please, cover that space.
But they lead. Decent break by Kuchku. Trying to get it back to him. It was Prestiani with his first touch, the Argentine.
Needed a better ball from Prestiani that time after a really good break by Kuchku. Chance again for the players to take on some liquids.
Cooling break and no thunderstorms yet. Just a word, by the way.
No, I think Maresca should.
If you're watching on YouTube, it's also available now on Linear TV. Start times DTT channel 258, DTH channel 190, and the OTT. Start times ON in Nigeria. Ghana via DTT at channel 36, DTH channel 190, start times and OTT. Start times ON and multi-TV frequencies in Ghana. And in South Africa, Sport TV available on channel 125 of Overview and also on Eco VOD. Obviously, if you're watching TV, you already know that. In which case, it's also on YouTube. And from Sporty Bet, Chelsea now 1.22 to win. Benfica at 23 now. And the draw 5.4. That'll be in 90 minutes. Rating only. Please bet responsibly. But Chelsea in a great position now. And Bruno Lage. They're trying to inspire a fight back for Benfica here. Having had a good record in the Premier League against them.
Yeah, I mean, Velotti, who's come on, he's done all right.
So I don't know how well
Como, but that kind of finishing from Reece James is really top drawer. What a brilliant free kick. What accuracy from him. Ruben will be disappointed to have been beaten on his near post, but it was such a good free kick. A lot of the credit has to go to Reece James. Belotti probably heading back to Italy after this tournament. Looks like he's not going to stay with Benfica after the FIFA Club World Cup. So I'm sure he'd love to leave with a goal that gets Benfica back into this round of 16 tie. But Chelsea have been the better team so far and deservedly lead